Okay, I was like, what's going on? Couldn't see me for a second. All right, live pop up for anyone who is interested. Make sure that I have everything. Let me make sure. First of all, let me make sure the sound is good. Because sometimes YouTube sets me up. Sets me up and says, you're live, but no one can hear you. Let's see. You're live. Okay, yay. I am here. Sound is good. Sound is good. Pop up Mondays. Monday was the day that and Thursday were chosen as the best days to do a pop up. So I'm popping up here on this Monday. And don't mind me. I was napping. So I was supposed to wake up over an hour ago. But when I start napping, guys. I don't know how you guys are with naps. If you take them or don't take them. I'm a nap queen. I love a nap. Happy June, you all. It is almost summer this month. Some people consider it summer. I'm more of a summer solstice person. So I'm waiting till like the 21st or something for summer to hit. So I'm very, very excited for summer. Do need a summer wardrobe. Definitely. Just a few things. I think I only need like one or two things. And I don't need to buy too much. How about you guys? Are you guys prepared for the summer? Are you more fall people? Are you more winter? Let me know. You know, I'm always interested in your favorite seasons. Maybe I'll make that part of the poll. Let's see. I'll make a little poll to see what you guys are. Let's see. Favorite season. Let's see. What's the favorite season? Who's going to win? Summer, spring, winter, fall, or we got it. Let's see. Let's see. Who will be the winner? Who will be the winner? I hope you all are having a happy Monday. Fall. Fall. Who voted fall? No, fall's not bad. I like fall. It's not too bad. That's going to be a second favorite for me. Especially they have all the good drinks, you know, all the ciders, all the sort of like cinnamon drinks going on in the fall. Not bad. It's not a bad season. You can walk outside. For some people, it's not too hot. Oh, we got spring. See, I'm an Aries, so I do like spring myself. So I can completely understand that choice. No, we can't let fall win. Somebody come in and vote summer. Vote summer. Don't forget to hit the like button, guys, and share if you like to friends, family, whoever might be interested in some tarot. As I was saying, I hope you guys have a good Monday. And don't forget to check out the June readings and recheck out the May ones. You know, maybe it was accurate for you. And, you know, let me know. You know, I always love your feedback. It's always good to hear from you all about the readings and predictions. You know, feel free to tell me your plans for this month. If you have anything exciting coming up. My grandmother, she is turning 90. So I'm going to go be visiting her. That was her wish. She has been trying to get me to visit her forever, but she kind of lives a little in like the middle of nowhere a little bit. So that is what I'm doing this month. It's going to be exciting for me to see her again, at least in her home. I've seen her. She's been moving about, like family will take her places. So I just haven't seen her in her home. But that is what I've been up to. But yeah, feel free to get a reading right now. I'm just shuffling the cards. Oh, hey, NC, General June. Let's get into General June coming up here. Hope everything's good for you. All right, let's see what the current energies are. Hanged Man, doing a lot of pause and reflection. Also a time where you may feel like things are a little bit slow or stagnant. The Hangman doesn't really move much or do much there, but definitely he thinks about what's coming next for the future, the possible next move. So let's get into finances. We got the King of Pentacles. Love to see it for finances. That means you're making all the right moves financially. King of Pentacles sets their mind to a financial goal and they hit it. So more than likely, you may be hitting some sort of financial goal this month. This also represents a strong responsibility in finances when it comes to budgeting, when it comes to spending, making sure all your bills are paid on time. King of Pentacles, if they get into some sort of fender bender, they are the type to have emergency funds. So this is very responsible choices like, oh, okay, I've got my emergency funds. If anything happens, I can pay for that. Any bills are being paid on time. You probably have that automatic payment going. The King of Pentacles is set. This is also really good if you're looking to up level your finances, because who's higher up than the King of Pentacles? So this can also represent having some increase in finances and making some responsible choices. The thing that I love about the Pentacles is they like to make money work for them. So if you have a 401k, a Roth IRA, those investments are basically working for you because there's compound interest and et cetera, and things along the lines of that. So it would be saying, oh, I'm making smart financial choices and I'm not always going out to hunt and try to gather more ways to make money. Sometimes I just let my money make money for me. This can also represent a high yield savings account. In general, it could also represent a raise. It could also be that time of the year where you're like, okay, I've been here a minute. I'm trying to ask for a bump in pay or a bump in title. But generally, the King of Pentacles does represent some sort of increase or positivity in the world of finances for the month of June. More votes for spring and fall. Nobody's a summer girly. Okay. Let's get into the career here. We have the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords definitely is a little bit antsy. It's like, I want to try something new within the career space. So it feels like you might even be bringing some new ideas when it comes to what you're doing for work and what you might be doing at work. It can represent a new way to tackle a task. It can represent a new way to organize something. And sometimes the Knight of Swords can just represent, we have so many meetings, and these meetings feel like they are not going anywhere. This could have been an email. The Knight of Swords is very much like, we need to wrap this up sometimes. It can also represent being a little distracted sometimes. Like sometimes at work, the Knight of Swords wants to have moments where they're focused on their work and they're doing what they need to do. But then Knight of Swords is very, wishy-washy, and they're just like, oh, I'm so bored. So at this month at work, there may be times when you're like, oh, I'm very, very engaged. But then other times when you're just like, please leave me alone. I don't want to talk to anyone. I just need my space here when it comes to the Knight of Swords. And also expect that you may feel some other people might be wasting your time. The Knight of Swords can also represent some gossip in the atmosphere when it comes to work. So be on the lookout that people might be potentially gossiping, and not exactly the most focused month in the work environment when it comes to getting the job done. But it does represent a lot of emails flying about and maybe even some miscommunications. When it comes to love, we have the Four of Pentacles here. So the Four of Pentacles is obviously scared to take risks, scared to take chances. Don't know if you are single in C, but it seems like you're not willing to rock the boat here. The Four of Pentacles, if you are single, can represent saying, hey, like, I don't want anybody else to disturb my peace. Like, please, it's not worth it to me to go out there and start dating people. Or if you're in a relationship, this can also represent some dissatisfaction in the relationship, but it's like, I'm not willing to go out there in these streets again and have to deal with the hustle. Four of Pentacles wants to keep things where they are, very much like, I don't want to move from this spot when it comes to that. Yeah, I'm single and I'm trying to get other areas of my life in order right now. That makes a lot more sense. All right. So you're like, I don't want to be bothered with anyone right now going on. And let's pull just another card here. When it comes to health, we have the Four of Wands. So health is good. Maybe you even get some good health news. Maybe you have a doctor's appointment this month, but honestly, you feel good this month. You feel energetic. You feel happy when it comes to your health. Don't see any ailments here. Looks like things are pretty good. And one last card to sum things up for the month here, General June. We have the Devil. So I guess that's similar to, like you said, getting your life in order. The Devil card here wants to break away from things that have been toxic, whether that is the work environment, whether that has to do with your own behaviors. And I only say that because we have the Hangman here, and that can represent self-sabotaging behaviors. But either way, it is unbinding yourself from things that just aren't beneficial. You're like, it's time for me to set some new patterns in my life and to make things a lot lighter for me. Things feel a little bit too heavy. There's too many redundant patterns. I have to make things better for me. And I really see you trying to break free from all of these negative binds, whether they be external or internal, through the month of June. It looks like that it may be a tough transition, as the Devil often is, but you're making some progress and you really are breaking free from things that just aren't good for you in the long run. They just kind of just drag you down. It's time to unburden yourself as we move into the summer. Feel a lighter load. Love it all. It makes sense. I'm glad it makes sense. I'm glad it makes sense. Z said, I chose spring. All right. That's not a bad month. Like I said, I like it because it's Aries season. I donated on PayPal. All right. Let me know your questions, Z. And if you're watching, guys, don't forget to press the like button. I certainly would appreciate it. And vote on the polls. Said, I'm a fall girl. All right, that's respectable. That's respectable. Fall's not a bad season. I don't have any hate towards fall, but I'm still fighting for summer over here. I'm still trying to convince you guys summer's the best. Summer's the best. It's just so fun, you know? How will my energy aura change after I return from my 3-month spiritual trip? Fall's the second for me. I like the leaves. Yeah, the leaves are very beautiful. I've always wanted to go. Let me drink some water. I've always wanted to go apple picking in the fall. So if you guys have been apple picking, let me know what that's like. Since you guys are voting for fall, tell me what you like about fall so much. Z likes the leaves. And see, what do you like if you're still around? How will my energy and aura change after I return from my 3-month spiritual trip? All right, let's see. How will Z's energy / aura change? We have the Chariot. That's good. You're feeling a different sense of self-confidence. I love the Chariot card because you're going to start to feel more powerful, feeling a sense of strong direction, ambition, almost just like remotivated after this 3-month spiritual trip. We have the Nine of Wands, backpacking off of that motivation. You're like, nothing is going to stop me from accomplishing the things that I want to accomplish. It's like you have that warrior spirit within you. I love the Nine of Wands because it has that super tunnel vision that says, I'm not going to let anyone stop me from living the life that I want to live. It is all about accomplishing what you set your mind to do. So it's really giving you a sense of feeling driven and motivated. We also have the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles can definitely represent feeling a new sense of security. It's really focusing on that confidence and feeling strong and feeling like you can get things done. But it also can represent having some new ideas. So after this trip, you may have some new practical idea that you would like to implement, or even maybe something that you want to try. Like, for example, the Ace of Pentacles can represent a bucket list item. You know, if your bucket list item is to go skydiving, then this is a brave, a stronger sense of courage to, you know, I want to get this off of the list now, and I feel motivated to tackle this thing that I want to do, or that I suddenly have the courage to do. So I really do feel like you're starting to venture out into new areas after this trip, and tackle things that you haven't done before, or maybe you haven't had the courage before, or maybe you haven't had the time to do. And you're like, I really want to make time for this. This is something that intrigues me. This is something, you know, that is, I feel is a good idea. But also, this feels as though this can bring something valuable to my life. So it does seem as though things are moving in a very positive direction. And your energy here, we also have the High Priestess. So we already know that this spiritual trip is obviously going to transform you spiritually. You're going to be more in tune with yourself and, you know, the messages from beyond. It's almost like it is a power up for your psychic abilities and psychic gifts, or your intuition. It just feels stronger. And there's a really, what I love about the High Priestess is that she knows herself. So there's a stronger sense of self-awareness. Your energy is very calm. That is something that I wanted to say with the Pentacles as well. The Pentacles have very calm energy. So even though you are motivated and happy to get things done, you feel like a sense of, I don't know, it's almost like a quiet confidence. Like, I know I can do this. Let me just relax. It's less anxious type of energy. You know, those pentacles move very slow. And so it feels as though your energy has come to this state of peace and calm to it. But then also, I think a lot of people are picking up on this vibe from you that feels a little bit more withdrawn or mysterious, not in a bad way. It's just that you're less focused on, more so maybe engaging with people socially, and more so self-focused when it comes to how your energy is going to change and switch from this trip. And then we also have the Temperance card. Wasn't really surprised by that because I've already mentioned something about your energy is a lot more calm. Something about your energy is a lot more patience, a lot more like, I'm going to get this done, more in line with your spiritual purpose, having a stronger sense of belief in yourself, a stronger sense of faith. And there is that emphasis when it comes to moderation in your life, no longer floating between extremes, just right in the middle and feeling very aligned when you're with yourself. To be honest, your spirit just feels lifted, but at the same time, like I said, extremely motivated. That is a key word here when we see coming from this trip. But people really do feel, they'll really see that shift when it comes to calmness and keeping it together and feeling like things are very balanced with you. They're like, wow, Z is very centered. That's the word, centered. Like people will see you to be as a little bit more centered. Okay. I really do see that. This seems like a really powerful change and transformation. You said, I like that. Well, this is what's going to be happening for you. Things are going to be pretty good, Z. You got to tell us about this trip, after you return, because it sounds like you're going to have some powerful transformations and realizations. You're welcome. All right, good. Let me get some more water. I love water. Oh, man. Tide between spring and fall. That's not what I was expecting here. I thought you guys would be on my side. I thought you guys would pick summer. Don't forget to hit the like button. I would really, really appreciate it. And share with family and friends if you so feel like it. And also, I think I made a post here. Yes, I did make a post. This will be the last week until July, probably end of July, to get a reading from me. So feel free to get a reading this week. I've got to buckle down on all of the schoolwork and stuff, unfortunately. But that's what I wanted to say and make that announcement. Thursday's reading will obviously be there on Thursday. And the scheduled live will be on this Sunday, and I believe the time is 12 p.m. Feel free to check the tab. I believe it's 12 p.m. I think that's what I decided on. I think that's the best one considering the options I have for this week. All right. Sunday, 12 p.m. Be on the lookout for that live. And thank you guys for the likes. I really appreciate that. Let me know if you want to get a question. It is $5 for yes or no and $10 for in-depth messages. $10 for in-depth. And we can talk about whatever you like. We just did a general reading for NC about the month of June. So we could talk about what's coming up for your week next. We could talk about what's coming up for June. I do have my June readings on my channel if you want to check that out. Or we can do one here if you ask me a question. So let me know. Oh, and I wanted to, you know what? No, I'll keep the announcement. Announcement for later because I don't want to spoil it and have things, not work out how I want. So but it's something that I am happy about, and I think you guys will be happy about as well. So I'm gonna keep my lips still. I don't want to blab anything too much, but yeah, come on down. Feel free to get a reading. Let me know your favorite season. So far, we have a tie between spring and fall. I am a summer girl, but it won't allow me to vote on my own poll. So I can't rep summer. Somebody's got to rep summer for me. So please, I can't let the spring and fall girls win. Okay. We have Kate A. Hey, long time no see. Would learning Norwegian or another language be a good idea? Let's get into this. Would learning Norwegian or another language be a good idea for Kate? Oh. We got the King of Wands coming out. It's looking like a yes. We have the Eight of Pentacles. I hope you're doing good, Kate. And the 10 of Pentacles. I think it would be a great idea. The King of Wands lets me know that it's going to bring about new experiences for you. And actually, it will be financially beneficial for you to learn Norwegian or another language. More than likely, it will also, I don't know, somehow in your career, it's going to bring about more opportunities for success for you and help you reach your long-term goals. Obviously, that Eight of Pentacles is somebody who's focusing very deeply on their craft and improving and making sure that they are the best possible at what they do, whether that's a hobby or whether that's at work. And when we get this 10 of Pentacles, it's like this language will bring you to another language level where you can have more opportunities for long-term success, more opportunities for security, opportunities to even make a stronger community, you know, especially with that 10 of Pentacles there. It is about having a bunch of people who can support you, who can give you advice, who are reliable, who have your back. So maybe it is that learning another language will introduce you to some great people in your life. That is what it's looking like here, especially with this. You never know where a new language can take you. And it does give you a new perspective on the world. So people have said, you in particular, it's just going to up your skill set. And like I said, with that King of Wands there, giving you new experiences that are thrilling and exciting. As well as, like I said, there's some practical motivator there. And it also gives you a stronger sense of confidence because the King of Wands is very confident. And the 10 of Pentacles also represents having an abundance of confidence there. It's like you can't shake my foundation. So maybe you'll feel very accomplished by learning another language. So I really do see this being a really good idea for you, Kate, for sure. Hop to it. Start learning. It's going to take you on an adventure. You're welcome. I'm wishing you luck. I want to learn languages too. For me, I want to learn Japanese, French, Korean, and Spanish. But my main focus is Japanese right now. I went to Norway and it's very pretty. People say this, and I want to go to Norway too. You know, I want to experience what that's like. I want to travel more. I need a job that lets me travel more. I want to go to Norway, Denmark, a lot of countries in Asia, Africa, obviously. I'm trying to think of any European countries. Maybe Romania. And Sweden, because Sweden looks like a picture. Sweden and Switzerland. Both of them look pretty from what I've seen. Let me know if you have a favorite country you've gone to, Kate. That might be my question next pop-up or next live. If you have if you've been a traveler to different countries or even, you know, different regions of your country, you said they had huskies there. Oh, I love those dogs. They're so big and, well, they're so furry. Their fur's so thick and cute. Every time I see them, I think of that movie. Was it Snow Dogs? with Cuban Gooding. And then there was one with the guy from Fast and the Furious who passed away about the sledding and the dogs. I really like animals, but I didn't know people had different. I guess some people have different favorite breeds of dogs. I don't think I have a favorite breed of a dog. To me, they're all like the same. I'm like, they're all cute to me. I haven't seen a dog I don't like yet. Cats, I like most cats too. The one that's hairless, that one is definitely something to get used to look at, but I don't mind them. I don't mind them. You guys tell me if you have an animal you're not a fan of or animal you're a fan of. Obviously, my favorite is the red panda. I think they're the cutest animal ever. But guys, let me know your favorites. I'm not gonna talk about myself all day. I'm interested in you guys. And let me know if you like to get a reading. It is $5 for yes or no, $10 for in-depth readings. And this is the last week until maybe the end of July to get a private reading from me. And the scheduled live will be on Sunday at noon. Check the community tab because I have the brain of a naked mole rat. Actually, they might have good memories. What animal has bad memories? What animal has a bad memory? I'm trying to look up. I'm gonna look it up. Hamster. Okay, I have the brain of a hamster, so who knows what I posted. And don't forget to like and share. I really appreciate the likes. They help me grow, which helps me to make more content. You said you voted autumn. Kate, man, nobody's here for the summer. But summer's so nice. Like you get like all the best like outings and gatherings, and the outfits are so cute and airy. I don't know. And I love I don't know, I love eating like a lot of what do you call it? The fruit bowls, the smoothie bowls. That's the best in the summer, you know? It's the best, especially if you go to the beach, walk around the boardwalk, get a fruit bowl, a smoothie bowl, and it's just wonderful. I'm fighting for summer. It's such a good season. Best time for vacation, best time to travel. There's summer parties and stuff. I feel like summer has the most parties. Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you could find a party in the summer, you know? The cat face. I'm fighting hard for summer. I think summer's so good. I love it. I love it, man. I get to look, you get to exercise outside in the summer. You could do that in the spring or fall, but it doesn't hit the same. You know, those morning, like if you do a morning run or a morning walk in the summer, it's like perfect. It's perfect. Maybe not afternoon or an evening walk. An evening walk in the summer. You guys, come on, don't tell me those aren't the best. Like an evening stroll with friends. Like it's so good. It's so good. Fireworks, man. I can't believe I have to convince you guys that summer's the best. We got to think of some summer plans together because I need you guys to understand that summer is incredible. All the different water parks and water events. Man, I can't believe this. Spring and fall. I'm going to have to make a reading. Your spirit guide wants to tell you summer is the best season. And just convince you all that summer is amazing. All right, the cards are here. The cards are here. Let me stop shuffling. I may have to get some water really quick. I'm going to tell you, my throat is dry. I don't think I drank enough water today, earlier in the day. I think that's part of the issue. So I'm going to be back in a few seconds. I'm just going to get water. Let me make a note, you know. So in case anyone comes in, they know I'm coming back in just 1 minute. Just getting some water. I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty. All right. I'm back. I'm back. Look how thirsty I am. On my way, I already drank half of it. That's fine. That's fine. All right. I'm ready. Do you guys have any questions? This week, whoa. Yeah, this week is the first week of June. It doesn't feel like it. It feels like this year has flown by. Obviously, I'm going to remind you guys, excuse me, to watch the June readings. And don't forget to watch the latest reading on Thursday. This month's theme, don't forget, is urgent messages. So, and then after this month, we're going back to polling, and I'm going to do some more random readings and get you guys suggestions. I already have a suggestion from one of you astronauts that I'm going to film. So you guys know I love your ideas. So feel free to, you know, drop them so I can write them down and make sure we get to them, especially if it's a good idea. And that is all I wanted to say. I think I've made all my announcements. I've let you know that last week for private readings until probably the end of July. Nothing coming up yet. Nothing coming up yet. No announcements from me, at least for now. Definitely have some things on the horizon that I am planning for, but I'll wait till these things arrive so I can show them to you astronauts. Let me know how your Monday's been. My Monday's been all right. It was a pretty slow Monday, but you know, I knew it would be pretty slow. I had to ask my cards. Everything I wanted to get done went left, but it wasn't a big deal. I kind of expected that. We're starting off June dealing with all of the challenges already, but it's fine. That's normal. Let me know how things have been for you guys. I'm already trying to plan fun things to do upcoming weeks. I want to do, at some point in the summer, I want to do like a NASCAR ride along. I think they have the option to drive it yourself, but I don't trust myself with that. So I want to do a ride along with that. I also want to do a hot air balloon ride. That is like the number one thing I want to accomplish this year. Just getting in on a hot air balloon ride. I wanted to do it last year, but my funds were tight. Now I've saved. I'm going to do my hot air balloon ride, especially if I do well on my tests and finals and things along the lines of that. Then I'm going to reward myself. But let me know if you have any big goals for 2025. That was pretty much one of my goals. My goal was to have more fun this year. And so I made it a goal to try to do this hot air balloon ride. But we're almost halfway through the year. I guess we could consider this halfway. I think I'm more so like end of June. I consider it halfway. We're halfway through the year. Let me know if you guys have accomplished any of your goals or anything that you've had in mind for this year. And if you would like to ask a question, remember it is $5 for yes or no, $10 in depth. You could get a private reading. This is the last week for private readings until the end of July. But, I always post every Thursday, so you don't have to get a private reading. You can just get a reading from the channel, all of the videos that I post. And don't forget to leave your suggestions and feel free to like the live. I really appreciate it. It helps me build the channel, helps me get more views, helps me get more content for you guys, better quality content, helps me up level. Ideally, that is the goal, so that you guys have better visuals and all of these things, better cards, so they aren't getting worn out and things like that. And don't forget to participate in the polls. We got to make sure summer wins. Spring and fall are tied. That to me is unacceptable. We need summer to win. All right. Let me remove this. I don't need that in there. I'm here. Don't need to confuse people and say, be right back. I am here. I am here. Whew. It has been a long day for me. I don't know about you guys. Being an adult, there is no end to the responsibilities that you have to get done in this world. It's just how it is. Just how it is. It's not bad, though. You have more freedom. What is this button? Oh. I see. Okay. YouTube is adding things. YouTube is adding things. All right. Oh, got the sun card popping out. I'm guessing that's good vibes, good energy coming through. Sometimes spirit just wants to pop by to say, hey, everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be fine. That's sometimes spirit just wants to say that. Ooh, what did I do? How do I get out of that? There we go. But don't forget to vote on the polls. Let me know what season is your favorite, especially if your favorite season is like mine and it's summer. We can't let spring and autumn win. And let me know if you have any upcoming plans this summer. I was just sharing mine. I plan to do a hot air balloon ride, and I want to do one of those NASCAR ride-alongs. Those are my goals. But my goal this year was to have more fun because, I'm always working. I'm always doing stuff. I got to get out. I got to have fun. That's part of living. That's part of life. You got to bring more joy to yourself. Can't sit around and wait. And then I'm going to remind you to check out the video Thursday and also check out the latest videos on the channel. Don't forget to check out the June reading. You can go back on that video during the month. I like to do that for monthly predictions to see what resonates with me and what doesn't. And feel free to update me, Let me know. Say, hey, Brandy, I chose pile number 5. this, and this happened. I love hearing it, and it only makes me better as a reader. Okay. You guys help me a lot. Not that I don't have experience. I've been reading tarot for quite a long time. Quite a long time, actually, when I think about it. But I love hearing feedback and hearing what you guys have been going through. From what I've seen around me, there's been a lot of changes and shifts. I know a lot of people have been thinking about switching jobs, just from the people that I've been talking to and that I've been observing. Just a lot of changes in roles and titles, which I knew would happen. I think I did a previous post about changes in identity. Changes in roles and job titles falls into that because people tend to identify with their jobs and their titles as well. So those shifts are happening. And let me know if there's been any shifts are happening in different happenings in your life as well. Anything major, maybe something that you have been shifting yourself or you're planning to change, and things along the lines of that. I've already started making changes to the channel by adding pop-ups. So there's a shift for me. So you guys will see my beautiful face a lot more. All right. And I'm laughing at my own jokes. I'm so corny. Okay. Now, but we're all implementing new things, all implementing new changes, all trying to make shifts, transform our lives, especially the fire signs and the water signs right now. As Jupiter will go into Cancer on Monday. Some people say that's good. I just can't stand when people are like, it's an exalted planet, it's good. Not necessarily. Sometimes you can have a planet transit an exalted area, and in your own personal life, it is terrible. It's terrible. And sometimes you can have a planet transit something in a debilitated spot, and it can be the best time of your life. So, it's not necessarily based on whether the planet does well there or does not. Some people say they like Jupiter transits the best. Me personally, I love a Saturnian transit. Those are the ones that really change your life. It's like the best. At least for me, that's what I think. Like whenever I look at like when Saturn is done transiting a place, it always leaves it so much better. Even if it's hard, but that's just my opinion. But let me know if you guys want to get a reading. We can do love questions, career questions, questions about general matters as well. Nothing legal or medical, though. Got to stick to my morals. And questions about family, questions about, what's up and coming this week. We can see the vibes for this week, how people are feeling, what they're thinking. Let me know, and we can get into it. I'm going to be here for another 10 minutes anyway, and we can check the vibes of what's going on. Do you got anything on your mind you're curious about, your future, how the rest of the year may be, which I may do that reading, but I don't feel it's necessary because I'm already doing the monthly readings and the seasonal readings. So you might see how the rest of the year will be through those readings. But we can ask those questions about family members. We got the 3 of Cups. Or you guys can just chat away, and we can vibe. I can't believe you guys have fall and spring tying. All right, I gotta ask you guys more questions because this feels, to me, this is shocking. I mean, I knew fall would be in there. I wasn't expecting spring. I really wasn't, because spring's so rainy. So I don't know too many people who like it. I'm obviously a fan. And let me know your signs too. I love hearing your signs. If you can give me the day, that's even better, because then I can get the nakshatra. Maybe I will ask you guys your nakshatra placements if you know them, your sun, your moon, or your ascendant, because I love hearing about it. Love hearing about your weeks and everything. And let me make sure. Whew. All right, I'm going to sit here. My throat's getting dry. Mm. And don't forget, if you have any video ideas, feel free to suggest what you want to see next. And don't forget to press the like and share. And tell me if you're going on vacation. I'm just blabbing on, but let me know. I'll sit here and wait in case you guys want a reading. It feels a bit weird to sit in silence. So I'm going to just see here if there's any upcoming astrological events going on. Oh, I think I have it on my phone. Besides Jupiter in Cancer, which, maybe we can get a vibe for Jupiter in Cancer, which I think we got a vibe last one, but we can emphasize and see maybe more details into it as to what Jupiter will be like in Cancer. Though it will be different on a personal level, right? Get more details. We got the Queen of Pentacles. Love that card. People taking care of themselves, making sure that they're getting their ducks in a row. A lot more practical things happening for people. It does seem bountiful, plentiful. That's good to know that people are taking some steps to sort of pull back and take care of themselves. We have the Page of Wands too, and that's a card definitely of action and exploration. The Page of Wands is definitely curious, so it's good to know that people are taking new bold moves, which I'm not surprised by because, we also have Saturn and Aries. So definitely people want to try new things. They want to take more risks, take more chances. But at the same time, like I said, they are taking those practical steps. So it does seem to be that on the collective stage, there's a good balance between taking bold risk as well as being practically minded, thinking of the future, looking after yourself, looking after your family, looking after your friends. We also have the Hermit here. Lots of self-reflection with Jupiter in Cancer. And that makes sense, right? Because naturally, Cancer is at the bottom of the chart. And so it's the darkest part of the chart. And when we talk about Cancer, we're talking about our own private and inner worlds. It's about things outside of the limelight. So often it has to do with our emotional state. And when we have Jupiter there, the guru, it's like it's expanding our emotional horizons, right? Where we're really taking a deeper inner look at what's going on inside, thinking about, any sort of lessons, conflicts, matters and challenges in our life, because the Hermit does like to reflect on, they love to reflect on problems. It's not just about the good times with the Hermit. The Hermit wants to focus on solutions. And so any sort of area of problem or challenge or conflict, it looks like people are taking more time to think about how these areas can improve within their life. And that makes sense. Jupiter is expanding that sense of thoughtfulness, empathy, as well as expanding our inner world. So I really do it's really bringing out those strong reflection vibes here. So it looks like that's going to bring about those energies. All right, so we have 5 minutes left. If you would like to get a reading, let me know. Otherwise, we will close out pretty soon. I will pop up some other time, maybe, but you'll definitely see me on Sunday this week for the scheduled live as well. Last reminder that this is the last week for private readings until the end of July. And don't forget, the new reading comes out on Thursday. And no other announcements from me. It has been a good Monday. I'm obviously going to wish you all the best week possible. Make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure you're doing good things for yourself. You keep positive intentions, keep a positive state of mind. No being lazy and no procrastinating this week. We're getting things done. Make sure that you acknowledge all the things that you've managed to accomplish this week. And if you haven't accomplished them, doesn't matter. You'll get it done next week. Make a plan to get it done. And, take that time to do those deep reflections, do that inner work. Ask yourself why more, why do you think this way? Why do you do that? Etc. Things along the lines of that. Be clear about who you are, your intentions, your goals. And that is what I want to say there. Is there any more announcements I have on the brain? I can't think of any. Don't forget to show up to the lives again. And that's all I have. So I'm going to wait here for a couple minutes to see if anyone has any more questions. And then we are going to end the live sessions. And I'm going to wish you all a good night. Just rolling the astro dice in my hand. I got Lady Gaga's Abracadabra stuck in my head. All right. Okay, we are closing out the live. It was good to see you all tonight, and I will see you next time. Don't forget to watch the reading on Thursday, and as well, you will see me later in the week for sure for the scheduled live on Sunday at noon, so Eastern Standard Time. So tune and I will see you guys. Have a good night and make sure you have a peaceful week. Do your best. All right, bye.